Hello again, and welcome to what is hopefully going to be the final part of Sonic Conquers the Dank Brotherhood. You can just call me Stent. Just figured that the music would add a little bit of extra occasion to the occasion. You may be wondering what's going on the screen here, why I'm looking at a YouTube video inside this YouTube video. YouTube Videoception. I may have messed up a little bit with regards to some character interactions, because there's one particular interaction which I want to get out, but I chose the wrong thing to do it, because for some reason, if you decide to hold off on going to Nocturne right before the final battle, you miss a nice little interaction which I was hopefully building up to. So instead of having to go through all the the second half of the game, I just figured may as well just start with this, and then we'll just continue on from where we left off. So we've already seen this. Well, then I guess we know what we have to do. Let me know once you're ready to go. Keep in mind once we're ready to... Oh, here we go. A little bit quicker than I'm usually used to, so we may have to pause a little bit. Sonic, can I speak with you alone for a bit? Sure, Amy. Great. Up. Hey everyone, could Sonic and I have a little privacy here? What for? Yeah, you could just talk in front of us. I don't understand what's so... I said get out! Sure, just a few minutes though, I have stuff to do. Thanks, Sonic, I just wanted to talk for a moment. I was thinking, and I know we're going in some real danger today. We fought some dangerous foes, but these are echidnas from another dimension, with gizoids. You know, my babies. And you've been so nice to me and all, and I know, Amy. I care about you too. Also, just, hold up. I'm just going for all the interactions here. What is it? I just wanted you to know that I care for you, Sonic, and, well, some parts of me think that this could be the end. Some of these things you said to me before we came here, they gave me a little hope. I guess I wanted to know, do you like me too? Do you feel anything for me at all? I like this interaction right here. Of course I do, Amy. I like all my friends, just like with my good pal Nia. I've turned into Rex for some reason. I look like I'm 10 years old, but I sound like a real bad impression of Ringo Starr for some reason. I don't get it either. Just immediately banish her to the friend zone. Definitely, Amy. I care for you a lot. Really? You really? I didn't expect you to say that. It, like, makes me so happy. I don't know what this all means, Sonic, but we're like about to fight a 4,000-year-old echidna chief, and, what is it? We can figure this all out after we win. What is it? If we make it through this, we'll figure it out together. Oh, I can't, like, wait to tell everybody about my new boyfriend. Yay! Well, I mean, I definitely miss whenever Amy said yay. Just... I think the last time she really said that was, like, an adventure. I kind of miss that. And what about Dexter? Dexter? Dexter was just, like, a guy, I imagine. I wanted to, like, make you jealous. I don't, like, need him now. Imagine that. We better, like, go. We have, like, a world to save. Together. And that's the main thing that I wanted to go through. So, enough of that. Let's get on with the regularly scheduled programming. If I can just get rid of this right here. There we go. Unpause. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. When the evil Lord Finitibus, leader of the mysterious Nocturnus clan, stole the Master Emerald from Sonic's world, Sonic and his friends chased him into an alternate dimension to get the emeralds back. In a series of challenges and adventures, they all recovered all but 2 of the Chaos Emeralds, and the only place left to go is Finitibus's impenetrable fortress, the Nocturne. Thanks to the aid of our new allies in the Twilight Cage, Sonic and his friends landed on the Nocturne and split into 2 teams to capture the final 2 Chaos Emeralds and stop Finibus. The final battle for the Nocturnus clan has begun. I may have been watching a fair bit of stuff with regards to the Clone Wars. Not actually any, more so just video essays, just stuff to pass the time. And anyways, here we are. Back where we originally started. 11 eggs in this whole place. Guess we better get cracking. Oh, here's Charybdis. Sonic the Hedgehog, I knew you were coming. It's Charib. You're too late. I have a Chaos Emerald of my own. Even if you could find me, you'll never get it from me. Quit hiding and bring it on, Charib. Patience, Sonic. That time will come, but first, I want to see you dance. I know, I'm pretty good at dancing. And singing and playing the guitar, actually. He's triggering an alarm, what do we do? We have to stop him. Looks like he's locked that door behind and we have to find a way in. Let's go, Tails. Ah yes, just to add to the cavalcade of horrible noises going on. And laser fire. As long as there's anything around here that we can do aside from get mugged by High Praetorians. Let's see how we fare against these fellas, actually. Let's go for a couple of whirlwinds, and I can't wait to be out of here and onto a game where the music doesn't stutter constantly. Adrenaline rush. More adrenaline rush. I'm just thinking, actually, we haven't... I've been meaning to show off, Wrecking Ball at some point, or Omega and Big's, team move. I'll probably have to go back and just run into an encounter here after switching to Big. Let's go Temporal Field. We'll see how we do. At this point, I'm pretty sure you're expected to just use power moves willy-nilly. For the amount of damage you do. At least allegedly. Still find it funny that even after failing so many times, they still miss. I'm hoping at the very least I'm a decent level for this. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Yeah. Now Sonic is immortal. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Shay doesn't have any abilities that grant her phase, and instead it's just Omega, who's immortal. Yeah, that was surprisingly easy to do. Just buffs. What do you mean I missed? You know what? Let's just go for a couple of axe kicks. Why not? Just drinky. What, I have 4 turns? Wow. Never would have thought I'd see the day where I got 4 attacks off. I'm guessing that's just the power of all the buffs that I have on at the moment. Oh, I don't... Ah, so that's what Adrenaline Rush does. It just gives you another turn. That's pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie. And... maybe we'll just bonk some more on the head. I will admit, given where we are in the story, I have a feeling I'm going to be struggling a little bit for commentary. It's not going to be like something like Cyberpunk, where a lot of stuff just happens all at once for me to react to, if that makes sense. Though I have admittedly been thinking a little. with regards to, what I suppose one can consider eligible for Sonic canonicity / alternate universes. I know it's kind of silly to really get into the details of it in all a serious manner, but I've also been thinking of some old adages I heard with regards, ironically, to some videos that I listened to regarding the Star Wars prequels. That being the concept of taking the bad with the good. We're sure there's certain aspects of a thing which you may not necessarily agree with, but a good writer still finds a way to make it work, though I'm sort of wondering actually if that's possible with the Sonic series. And sure, a decent writer could make anything possible, but I'm also thinking with regards to the sheer level of contradictions throughout the games. I think make sure there's a few small ones up in Airy. I'm sure there's a few just smaller continuity errors that leading all the way up to Shadow the Hedgehog at the latest, and mainly stuff like the lack of multiple sets of Chaos Emeralds, which was implied from the start of the series, which I think got sort of soft retconned out of action with Sonic 3, so probably no real credence there. And obviously there's the moon being blown up, which no game except for Dark Beginnings really mentions at all. I want to show... Oh, Big is level 18. Let's see what Big can do. Nothing. I just wanted to show off Wrecking Ball real quick. It's the funniest move in the game. Da-da. Da-da. Okay, so that really is just the power of Adrenaline Rush, huh? I feel as though I'm gonna just burn through a lot of these power drinks super quickly if I'm not careful. Adrenaline Rush. Just trying to think, is there a way that I can swap to Omega? Oh, there we go. Power moves. Wrecking Ball. Let's give it a shot. I at least want to showcase this off once, because we're near the end of the game, and this is arguably the funniest power move in the game. Aside from Cream just dancing and the word fail appearing all over her head. In the biggest mood of this entire game. Yes, doesn't matter to me if it doesn't actually work. Have fun. Look at him go! Omega just literally picks up Big and throws him at the enemy. I noticed that there's a lot of that particular type of technique in this game. Just, what's the best way to counteract all these killer robots? Just throw your friends at them. It'll sort itself out, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna need to be extra careful from here on out. Yeah, let's just adrenaline rush everybody, why not? Yeah, feel no pain. Don't even... Okay. Let's try that again. I want to do Wrecking Ball again because that was funny. Bip. I can see why Tails could potentially just be a super powerful asset to any real team. Just being able to go more times in an actual turn. It's pretty potent. One down. Yeah. One thing I've noticed, just Axe Kick is surprisingly powerful. I mean, it may just be because I leveled it up to max early on, but it's just been, like, one of the most reliable things in my arsenal. Go on, Big, throw him again. Oh, I missed. What? I suppose you may be wondering why I started this off later than usual, half an hour late specifically. That mostly just being, it's my big sister's birthday today, and we went out for a meal together. That's all there really is to it, honestly. It was definitely a nice meal. Went out for a nice garlicky curry. It's better than it sounds, honestly. Admittedly, I was quite curious about it, just supposedly being one of the healthier options on the menu, whatever that means. I guess we'll just defend. Let's do it again! And a big, just throw your fishing rod at them. It's probably gonna be the last time you're gonna be on the stream, so make the most of it. Somehow, despite failing all of those. Yeah, I'm not gonna take any chances with this fella, just gonna go in there. And hope at the very least he's down before I waste too much of my PP. Of course, since it's his birthday, I got myself a nice cup of tea, got myself some nice cake. Playing a Sonic game I used to play back when I was a kid. I really get it really is just one of those days where it just feels like all is right with the world. Come on, Tails, finish him off. Tails, you had one job. I trusted you. And you let me down when I needed you. There we go. And I get one power drink in return. Level 19 final. Let's see what we can get. You know, considering the team we have at the moment, I think our best chance is to just go with Blue Bomber. That seems to make logical sense to me. Let's go get Amy. Amy's probably just going to be wanting to be here for the last fight. No going back now. Shadow just levels up. Okay, away we go. Let's try door number 1. That's still locked. There has to be a switch somewhere. I need to find it. Well, only other place that we can go is, for door number 2. So let's go for door number... Do you mind? I'm in a bit of a hurry here. Also, I do definitely like the background for it. I know, the overworld doesn't really sort of give all these sort of, foundry, give this whole sort of foundry look to it. Maybe it'll make more sense the further we get in. But rather at this point, I would rather just be getting on my way real quick. If I can actually get my turn back. There we go. Let's try that again. I imagine since we are at the end of the game, running from fights is going to be a lot more difficult. At least that's what I'd expect. Yay! I'm not sure if this is going to be a recurring thing, but, Don't mind me! Okay, now it is looking a bit more foundry-like in here. gonna have some like some cake while this battle goes on. Hope you don't mind. Out of the way. A switch! Maybe that'll open the door that car ran through. Let's see what else is here. Just what we need. I mean, I'll never say no to more refresher waves and, etc. Let's get out of here. I imagine we're going to be swapping a fair bit. I couldn't move. Doesn't matter that it's an ambush, I'm going to be leaving in a very short time. Because I don't remember exactly how much time I'm going to have. I mean, like it or not, this is going to be the last part, just, oh, come on. I guess this... I'm not sure how much I really like this. I mean, obviously it just punishes you for trying to run away from fights as opposed to finish them off, but... I don't think I'd mind so much were it for the fact that the battles were still kind of time-consuming. I don't think it would matter too much if I had that one Shao which just got rid of all the action commands, but... Unfortunately it's not the... not again! And of course, Amy's just gonna suffer here. And immunity as well, just to sort of hammer home that they really want you to just spam power moves with these guys, and I don't want to spam power moves with these guys, I just want to leave. Got places to be, game. There we go. Into door number 1. We made it! Take a breather, team. We have a lot of work to do. I just wonder what Knuckles is up to. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, keep moving. We have to find Skilla. Knuckles, why did you split up the team back there? We could have stolen the Chaos Emeralds and have stopped Finidivus with plenty of time to spare. You don't get it. No one does. Finidivus isn't some villain. He's an echidna like you and me. If we can talk some sense into him, I can help you and the others return to our world, and I won't be the last. Not anymore. Knuckles. Sonic wants to rush in there, spines flashing and bring Finidivus down. You can't see anything but the bad in Finidivus. Knuckles, Lord Finidivus can't be reasoned with. He's gone mad over time in the Twilight Cage. You can't... I can't just give up on him. If there's a chance he can be redeemed... But otherwise, you have to get there before Sonic does. Otherwise, you wouldn't even have the chance to try. I see. Then you best get moving. Thank you. Let's go. Yeah, I think this team is generally just considered the recommended one. Hold on to me, we have to fly. Or you could just use a speed character by the looks of it. This looks like a job for a speed character. Sentry turrets. We have to get past them. I have an idea. Sonic? Sonic, this is Shade. Come in. And already Knuckles is in a pinch. Hold on, team. Come in, Shade. This is Sonic. Sonic, we've run into some trouble. We need your help. What's wrong? We have a laser turret here. We can't get by it. Even though Shadow's right here. There should be some Zoan Clone fighters in orbit around the Nocturne. They cannot get in because of the repulsor field. The shutdown for the repulsor field should be near you. If you could find the controls, you can bring down the repulsor field. just right by the front gates. That seems fairly convenient. We'll see what we can do. Sonic out. You heard Shade Team. Let's get it done. Let's go. Is that a Gizzard just T-posing over there? Yeah, don't mind me, just trying to grab her as many rings as I... That was too close. Let's see what's over here. Oh, and more fights with Gizzards. Wonderful. Wonderful game. That's not so bad, I suppose. Just wasn't sure how interesting just me fighting for all the same moves over and over again was all that particularly interesting, but yeah. Gotta remember, I have 3 turns, not 4. Not yet, anyways. Yeah, I imagine just teaming up Tails with Omega is gonna be pretty potent, to say the least. I mean, hopefully this works. I'm just thinking with regards to Amy's voice, I can't help but feel I'm sort of relapsing back into, Valley Girl Amy from, some of my earlier streams. I guess it's mostly just because I find it's, kind of fun to do, in all honesty. Especially with some of the Cyberpunk, streams recently as well. Alright, can we at least get another turn on Omega? There we go. Now I'm ready. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, oh no, Omega is the powerful. Really looks like a sort of Dragon Quest aura effect, not gonna lie. Do I have anything? No, I don't. Let's just try one of those. But then, now it's Omega's turn. Here comes the bigger gun. Alright, let's see if anything is surviving after this. I'll take that as a no. I mean, I suppose it isn't too bad with just how much damage we're doing in hindsight. It's just... feels like a waste of PP items, in all honesty. I get we're getting near the end of the game, but, this is a bit of a long section, if I remember correctly. Bonk. Yay, we did it! I imagine we're gonna get a whole bunch of EXP here as well. Yeah, it's just T-posing here. You seriously need Flight 2 for that. Well, I mean, I'm just sort of wandering around here a little bit, just trying to gather as much stuff as possible, whether it be rings or eggs. I'm gonna take that as a no. Yeah, it feels as though... I guess it's just me going all out in one fight when I probably don't have to. Let's see how I do with just regular attacks this round. Looks like I'm going all out after all. I suppose in hindsight, they also do a fair bit of damage in return, so... also means just gonna be bleeding health items. Okay, let's, yeah, let's just do that again. Refresh wave, we have a fair few of those at this point. Just keep attacking until they fall down. I will admit, I always thought these battles were a fair bit easier when I was younger, mostly just because of how many times I went through this on New Game Plus, and I'm probably thinking I will just do that again. Oh, Sonic's dead. Yeah, I'm thinking if I were to play through this again, it would probably be on New Game Plus. Mostly just so we can enjoy a fair bit more of the character interaction and not have to, worry as much. I know it might not be the most interesting, but then again, I don't exactly find the actual battle combat here the most interesting. Eh. This sort of made me wonder what improvements they would have made if they actually got round to making the sequel. Because I'm fairly certain not too many people are overly fond of this particular reaction command stuff. Definitely would have preferred a more fast-paced sort of combat system, like Final Fantasy VII, honestly. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, we could just deal with this one with normal attacks, just burn him down. Guessing immunity is just for status effects. Oh wait. This means I do 1 damage to him, doesn't it? Yay! Level 19! And Tails doesn't have anything I can level up. And we're just back here again. Okay, it does look a little bit more active now. Time for me to fly. Yet another Jirna. I have 6 of these. Guessing that's so I can just fly back to the ship if need be, but there's nothing here. I've been bamboozled. Not sure there's anything I can necessarily do around here, so I guess we're just gonna have to look around a little bit more. I think I know where I have to go now. Just, out through here. I think I remember now. I think. With more of this amazing music. Alright, let's just see how much damage I can do to these fellas now. I think it would be nice if Flashbang was was able to hit the whole team. Maybe that's just me. Here you go. I can't do but feel that most of my strategies for pretty much all these fights are just going to be the same with this lot. Just to use Tails and Amy to buff up and Sonic and Omega to just go to town on the enemy. I've also been thinking a fair bit as to when I would want to go through the Archie comics, because obviously it feels as though, obviously, there was the lawsuit, but even so, it does certainly feel like there's a fair bit of inspiration, at least, from Archie in this. Does at the very least feel sort of reminiscent of Archie. Maybe it's just the sort of Western flavor this game has in general, which I missed. I've been wondering for a fair bit, actually, as to whether probably sounds stupid as to whether Sonic games should be tackled by Western writers, just mostly given the track record of, you know, Colors and Lost World and Forces and Flynn's work not exactly being up to scratch in recent times. And honestly, coming back to this game, I must admit the writing here isn't actually all that bad. I guess at the very least, the best I can... The worst I can say is it's serviceable. It's like all the characters relatively seem consistent as to what you'd expect of this sort of era. Nobody necessarily feels out of place a little bit, aside from Knuckles, possibly him actually being aware of his tribe's past, despite wanting to remain ignorant of it at the end of Adventure 1, obviously, and possibly Shadow just generally being a grumpy dude. Sort of feels as though his whole ultimate lifeform status isn't really coming to play at all here. There's a switch! That sounds like that did it. Let's keep moving, team. Karib is still out there. Right. And it conveniently explodes. That did it. Let's move. Yeah, it really does feel like this should be a speed section, shouldn't it? I guess it's just, in case you don't have Shadow on your team. Skilla lives on a rocky outcropping above. He'll be heavily defended. We have to be careful. Right. Let's keep moving. Oh, we even get a little space fighters going around here. Alright, let's see what we got here. Purty. Just purty. Purty. Got no time for this. I do definitely quite like the architecture in all honesty, just with the massive echidna statues. Really just sort of feels right, if that makes sense. Also, will admit I've been fiddling around a fair bit more with the layout here a little bit, just so I can get it feeling right, quote unquote. Let's put that more so over there. That's better. Let's see what we can do with oh, we can actually try out Johnny Jolie's other band. And then we'll just at least attempt to refresh. Probably doesn't help that Cream goes first in the turn. Yay, she fails. That would have been amazing if I actually got any of those. Oh, and you're doing this move as well, are you? Okay, it's not too bad. Oh! Meaty hit! Let's do the uppercut. Alright, Knuckles only gets 2 attacks, so... Guess we'll just go with a refresher wave. Blade Rush. Sado, what can Sado do? Just attack. And Krem, let's try refresh again. Probably not gonna matter since I have the refresher wave up, but every little helps. Probably could actually have used this time to buff, in all honesty. Yeah, that is a pretty meaty hit as well. I like it. Yay, she fails. think she is arguably the most broken character in this game under circumstances where she doesn't have to worry about actual reaction commands. I'm hoping I'm not gonna need a guide for too much of this. Are you kidding me? Right now you're gonna get it. Dang it. Just that one, and she just heals so much off of that. And that's still missed, ugh. Really starting to feel as though I'm off my game here. It's been a little bit. Okay, that was a little better. Even though it immediately just restored health. I never really liked these things, I just remembered. At least I'm pretty sure I couldn't have. Anyways, there's enough of that. You know, so a nice antidote to make up for it. Just thinking, this could also have a chance to just try out the Nucleus Express. Ooh, what's in here, I wonder? Basically all the stuff I need. Thank you, game. You're very kind. Gizoid Centurions? Lord Phenumus must really want to stop. Gizoid Centurions? Gizoid Centurions are the elite guards of the Nocturne. They are advanced Gizoids, far stronger than the run-of-the-mill Gizoids. Ah yes. What we had to struggle with in Sonic Battle was likely a run-of-the-mill Gizoid. Good old T. We have to get past them. There's no other option. We have to fight. I would like to fight. Oh, and they have invincibility auras. Okay, I guess we're just hosed. I can't remember as to whether there was a trick to these fellas. This is only one way to find out. Yeah, Shao can just attack. Just stick with the refresher wave. Alright, let's see if I can actually damage these guys. Oh, I remember now. I remember now, you need to do something to get rid of the shields. Because they pretty much do have just, classic Sonic invincibility on them. And then your head explodes. I'm not sure there's strictly anything we can do at this point, so I guess we're just attack and hope for the best. Echidna Rush, maybe? May as well just save my PP for when I can actually use it. I suppose it does make sense that the Gizoids would be this powerful if MO was anything to go by. Realistically speaking, Emma could have probably made it into the Twilight Cage by himself. By account of just being super powerful by Augus's standards. So yeah, normal attacks don't hit them, power moves only deal 1 damage. Okay, so that's a scripted sequence. No, Meanwhile, with the heroes, we're getting close, I can feel it. Keep your eyes open, team, let's go. We haven't heard from Knuckles in a while, hope he's okay. Sonic, come in. Knuckles! Gizoid Centurions. We can't fight them, too strong. Knuckles ran into more trouble, huh? Shade says robotic labs near you. Should be something in there. We have to help. Be on the lookout for anything that might help Knuckles. Guessing it's up... Oh. It's back here, is it? Alright, game, I'll play ball. Truly, the Sonic I get what people are saying now when they always say that Sonic games have banger soundtracks. Get a load of this. Look, Sonic, a Gizoid. I think it might be one of those Centurions Knuckles mentioned. That thing don't look so tough. If I can study a few of these inactive Gizoids, maybe I can come up with a way to help Knuckles. Let's look around. There has to be more. I was thinking there was something to do with all these T-pose and Gizoids around here. If I could take a moment to... Yes, it seems as though they have some kind of shielding around them. No wonder Knuckles couldn't hurt them. Let's keep looking. I think we can help them. Just gotta navigate around all the active Gizoids. Another Gizoid. It's a sort of force field, but it's not like the repulsive field outside. Some sort of invisible wavelength. Figured it out? Not yet, but I might have some ideas. Let's keep looking. Let's see what comes out of the next egg. Zoosaw. That's a new one, technically. Just, not the one I was hoping for. It would be a miracle if we actually got some Ferox by the end of this this little series. I don't expect to. That Gizoid seems different. It's some kind of sonic frequency. That's it. If I can tune the... And then... What is it? I think I got it. Now, just to taste it one more time, just to be sure. Let's find one more Gizoid. Can't remember if there's one down here or not. Yes, there is. Here goes nothing. It worked. I took down the shielding. I wish Robotnik could have seen that. Tails calling Knuckles. Come in, Knuckles. What? Did you? Tune your wrist communicator to alert frequency and cover your ears. I'll try. Now, if I set this to broadcast and I up the amplitude, a little tune in there. I think that did it. They shimmered a moment and then stopped. I think it worked. Good luck, Knuckles. Tails out. Let's try this again. That ought to even things out some. Impossible. How did you remove our shields? It's called teamwork. Try it sometime. Even if you get past us, you have an army of Gizoid Centurions ready to stop you. So I guess we better get started. Gotta love that, got a lot of spirit, Nucleus. And look at that, we can actually attack them now, and they don't seem so tough. Here they are, just, trying not to hurl. You know, let's try Knuckles Express, actually. Let's see what that's about. And then, just to take a little drinky. And Shadow... Chaos Sphere. Why are you bullying the bunny? She's done nothing to you. Kind of weird that's, of all characters, Shadow and... Okay, just... Shadow just... cleaves through them using Knuckles as a projectile with his psychic powers, because apparently Shadow just has psychic powers in this game. It's one of those things I couldn't help but really notice when I'm just looking at the tapestry of just where a lot of the Sonic series went wrong. In my eyes, at least, and... Honestly, a lot of what I've come up with just sort of has convinced me that Silver isn't necessarily a good fit for the Sonic series. It's going off of his skill set alone, well, obviously he's more physics-based puzzle. He's more of a physics-based puzzle platformer character as opposed to arcadey, speed-based, physics-based, speedy, arcadey platforming. That's a good way of putting it. Everyone alright? We did it. We did. We're very close to Skiller's lair. You have to press on. Right, let's go. I wonder what's down here. Ah, intuition. Wait, could you just glide over here this whole time? That'd have been good to know, game. And to celebrate, I'm gonna beat up these guys as well. You know what? Let's do another hard line. Why not? I don't think these guys are gonna be taking me down that easy. Yeah, Cream. I kind of feel bad for Cream at this point. You know, just recruited into this war against him. I mean, obviously, despite everything in the IDW comics, it feels as though Cream has just had a very harrowing childhood, being constantly kidnapped by mad scientists, having to deal with ghosts and giant robot dragons, and now an interstellar war with an ancient race of killer echidnas. I hate to imagine what Cream's gonna end up like growing up. Just absolutely just emotionally stunted by all the horror she's had to witness. Even before the metal virus, if we're really counting the metal virus, which just makes things even worse, really. Yeah, I'm hoping at the very least, with the layer that I currently have... Actually, let me just do this. Just to be on the safe side. There we go. There we go. That's a little bit better. Just so you can actually see the screens. Yeah, it's just throw everything you have into just one enemy. I'm sure it'll work out fine. It's not like these things have counter or anything. Again, like I said, this is just gonna be... This is gonna take as long a time as it's going to. Going on holiday tomorrow, so... I want to get this done no matter what. Having surprisingly good luck with this particular... Oh, we actually did down him. Yeah, I figured saving the hard line for a more impressive occasion. And then just Medimeter. That was the name. Now I remember. kind of crazy that uppercut is technically just... It's so simple to actually pull off, but it feels like it's one of just the... It really feels like a strong move. Yeah, they just seem to really just want you to use power moves against these guys, huh? Alright. Have it your way, game. I'll take you on just because I could do it with the XPs. Punch you in the face. And just like that, that one's already back up to full. Oh no, they're getting away. What could we possibly do in this situation? We'll never catch up to them at this rate. Oh no. Sure, I know it means less EXPs, but I don't think that necessarily matters that much at this point. I do kind of like the lighting around here at the very least. Really just sort of feels atmospheric. Really sort of feels like I'm back in Tar Metro. Oh, well, I admit that's a little bit of a disappointment. I just, saw a little news thing saying that, Bionicle Masks of Power has just been, shut down by LEGO. Which is a shame, because I've been thinking that I would, at the very least, like to look into some more Bionicle games. I guess just, the tone of this sort of game sort of really put me in the mind of it. It really just sort of feels like it came out in an era where Bionicle was a thing. At least that's how I feel about it. Dagnammit. Oh. I was distracted. Still distracted. It's still missed despite all that. I'm calling foul on myself. You know what? We're kind of low on resources, and I don't want to stick around for this, so I think I'm just gonna leg it. Don't mind me, just gonna be getting on my merry way. Somehow I knew that was gonna come up. Masterfully done. Let's finally get in there and show them what I'm made of, because that's a song name. What are all these springs doing here? Looks like there was a thing that I missed over there. Let's, Ulian. I want to check what's over there, actually. Let's just, don't mind me. I want to explore because exploring is fun, and I want fun. Okay, this was a shortcut up to there by the looks of it. Yeah, med check. Yeah, I really should stop abusing those. It could be bad. It really feels as though there's something over there what I want to check out, so I want to see if there's something I can fly over to over there. Bear with me. Keroyo. I guess just to go over the other one. I think I already have Keroyo, actually. Feels like it. Yeah, that's kind of strange. It really doesn't feel as though I can actually make it over there. Maybe let's have a look in here. Ah, there we go. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just gonna be on my merry way in a little bit. Actually, you know what? You know what? I think one should be enough. Maybe that's the best way to approach this. Just once is enough. Still really don't like these guys, though. I think that's been made all too clear. I've been thinking for a while, actually, that just so much Sonic stuff that I should probably look back upon. Like, it's been so long, actually, since I watched Sat AM, which should probably be interesting, knowing that Season 2, the one which I always thought was the better one, was mostly a co-production with Disney. I mean, granted it was 90s Disney, but it's still Disney. Oh no! How could I possibly catch up with them? They're just too fast for me. How could I possibly... Oh no, they escaped. At this point, it really just sort of feels as though there's not really much impetus for me to stop them from escaping. Just in the case that it makes the battles go by quicker. Anyways, enough of that. Let's finally get up in here and get that 6th Chaos Emerald. Okay, we're very close to Skiller's Rock. We should be careful. Skiller is very tricky. Skiller, come out and fight! Patience, my pugnacious porcupine. Always in such a hurry to be defeated. Porcupine. Well, I mean, with the spines and, oh, who cares? Why not save your defeat? Stop and soak in the pain. You've always been a madman, Skiller. Madman? I'm not even a man. Foolish. I somehow called that coming from a mile away. Foolish shade. I'm sitting up here, thinking how much I look like Zero from Mega Man X. I am your destroyer. Come on, let's see what you've got. Meanwhile, back with Blue Team. I'm just gonna call these guys Blue Team. You got Red Team, which is led by Knuckles, and Blue Team, which is led by Sonk. That seems to make sense. Alright, let's... This is the wrong room. I'm sure I'll find the right... I think this must be the right way out. Surely. Nope, don't want to have to deal with you. Especially considering I'm running fairly low on PP with these guys as well. Catch you later. Bellissimo. Bellissimo. Get out of my way. Got places to be, game. Got places to be, game. Bye-bye. Still somehow made that. I'm hoping this isn't gonna come back to bite me later in with the final boss. Ooh, this looks distinctly watery. Is there anywhere I can actually go around here? Leave me alone, game. Why won't you leave me alone? Yeah, weirdly enough, these are starting to feel a fair bit easier. It looks like he's T-posing again. Oh, look at this. I don't need Amy to break for all these boxes, alright? Sonic, I'm picking up a powerful energy fluctuations ahead. We must be on the right track. Let's go. Just, funny little gear-shaped house here. Not sure what purpose it serves. Yeah, it just sort of feels like just from a health standpoint here, Amy's just been having a rough time with this. Like, oh my god, Sonic, can't we just take like a $5? Just like take 5 to have a breather or something. I'm getting worn out here. I'm getting like totally worn out here. Yeah, sorry, just really miss doing that voice. How many times are you gonna do this, I wonder? Could I have my go, please? Thank you, game. There's no time to play games. Nailed it. Okay, just gonna grab all these rings here, and then I'll be on my merry way, games. Probably just gonna want to go for a little bit of a health check here. Probably just gonna go for my, not gonna use the emitters. It's like I have all these health roots which I haven't been using. Okay. Drink. 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 Let's go in. Look like the inside of a submarine in here. You've done well to make it this far, Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm rather impressed. Got it. But you've entered my lair now. I'm afraid you'll have to fight on my terms. Now we play a game. My game. By my rules. Sonic is flooding the corridor. This is horrible. We'll keep getting tired the longer we stay down here. If we get too fatigued, we'll drown. Can I use any kind of power moves when we're underwater? Even what we do? Shh. I need to think. Tails calling Knuckles. Come on, Knuckles. I'm a little busy right now, Tails. We'll get through this, Tails. Come on. Sonic, quick, there's a pocket of air. We can use these to breathe. Maybe we won't drown here after all. Ah, yes. Warp, warp. Just like back in Hedgehog. Get out of my way. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna fight you while I'm down here. Also, it would kind of suck a fair bit if my my PP just drained per turn. Oh, I can't even run away. Wonderful game. Wonderful game. Just my absolute favorites. Just after I used all my health roots as well, game. Wonderful. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have to waste all those power drinks, but I guess here I could at the very least regen my... And you can use power moves underwater, how's that fair? How's that fair, game? I mean, I can put out a decent amount of damage from my normal attacks at this point, but still. Foul ball. 10 points, let's see, no Rouge on the team, let's... Multiple targets, let's put it to the Flammenwerfer. Spin cycle, tantrum. Oh my god. I like totally manifesting with these tarot cards. Because that's all Amy is known for. Remember that. Yeah, you can just sort of stand here and watch as your, all your PP is recovered. No, I'm cornered! I'm cornered! I just want to get all the egg. Well, I guess, mandatory experience ahoy. I was distracted. Oh no. Again, I gotta admit, we are still doing a fair bit of hefty good damage at the very least. Can always appreciate that game, but I suppose it helps that these are significantly weaker enemies. Still missed. I mean, I definitely would say no to any of the health regen either. Also, yeah, I'm guessing, PP does drain whilst I'm, in battle. Quick! Oh, it goes into your health then, right. Wonderful game. Still have that health seed, just... Tails is just suffering back here. It really feels like all these guys have just gone through the ringer this whole time. Can't help but say I feel proud of all of them, even though I kind of wish Omega had a little bit more to say. I know that some rings probably don't matter at this point because there's not really a shot, but I'll still take them. I think that might be the way forward. I want to just gather everything I can here. More eggs, more rings. More mandatory fights. You know, with how long these fights go, I'm probably just then wondering whether I should just start reading excerpts from, I think I actually have one of the Martin Adams Sonic books just lying around here somewhere, the fourth one. I was wondering with how these fights are going, maybe I should just start reading excerpts from that just to pass the time. You know, just as while this turn is going on, I think I'm gonna go get it actually. Hold up. Hold up. Let's make this a little bit interesting. Yeah, the cover of this is definitely tattered, but it still should be readable. This is from like first published in 1994. I'm guessing this is before Sonic 3. Let me just read the prologue. You know, I'll get to reading it the next time we end up in another mandatory battle. Whilst Tails is just suffering here. Sonic, how can I fight in this water? I'm gonna drown. Shut up, Tails. I can't even swim. You have nothing to complain about here. Literally nothing. Later. It's nice that these I can still run underwater. Stieglin. Yeah, I got the book ready just in case. Guessing, Karib is just hidden in here somewhere. Yeah, this really just sort of feels like the inside of the submarine, or maybe something, a bit more Bioshock related. Can I get up this ramp, please? Thank you, game. Look, Sonic, the Chaos Emerald! That's close enough. I can't let you take the emerald. Out of our way, Kara, but we'll go through. Also, how are they speaking underwater, actually? You're out of your element, Sonic the Hedgehog. Down here, I am I'm fluffing invincible! Sonic, he's right. If we cannot beat him, we'll drown. We'll have to do our best. We can do this. Okay, Kara, let's see what you got. Ah, yes, with 720. Okay. I think I remember these fights generally being quite tough. Oh, and he only takes 1 damage. I think this is another case of a scripted loss. I'm going to waggle my arm at you. Take that. I'm going to waggle my arm at you again. How'd you like this, fox boy? Tails is just dead. I can't believe he just murdered Tails. Watch as I wave my hand at you also. Take that! Oh, and it leaves him weakened as well. Yeah, this is definitely a scripted loss and a half. Keep your eye on the birdie. Yeah, I think my best bet is to just try and revive Tails. Let's see, Cure-All Spray, Ringo Life. Hate to waste it. You know what? Let's do a revival ring, actually. Just attack. Then, Cure-All. That's not what I meant to do. Behold, I am a shark. You dare defy me and my waggly fin? I will make you see the error of your ways, robot. Not even sure how you can survive underwater considering you're electronic. Die. Sonic, we're done for. We don't find a way to get rid of this water. I haven't knocked down an echidna in ages. This ought to be fun. Don't waste my time, Skilla. Come and fight me. As you wish. I really do like the color scheme of this guy, in all honesty. Yeah, I'm imagining this guy is, by the sheer fact that we can just fight him on land, he's generally just significantly easier to fight. You know what? Hardline time. You may be a heartless killing machine, but we're the ones that are better at killing. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, we'll just try. We'll try a refresh. Hey, I'm a shark as well. Did you not know? Also, Mighty Slash, is that a reference to Mighty the Armadillo? I mean, you know Ian would probably go there. Failed. You can still counter after all that? Oh well, Cream's just dead. Yeah, we are definitely doing quite a fair bit of damage to this poor fella. I mean, I say that. I can wiggle my finger to you as well. Hadouken! Hey, that's not fair. I kind of forget what that attack actually does, all honesty. Running low on refresh waves. I kind of want to save those. So we'll just, well, Shadow's dead. And it's all my fault! What? One more good hit should do it. Yay! Prefect Skiller is down. I almost said perfect. 14,000 for that, and the 6 Chaos Emerald. Lovely. Level 19. I kind of feel I have to go for a Kid in a Rush at this point. And Shadow finally hits level 19. Chaos Strips is really the only thing you can really use at this point. You lose, Skiller. We did it. I can't believe. I had no doubt we could do it. The valve control for Carib's lair should be through that door over there. If we flip that switch, it'll drain the water out of Carib's lair. And Blue Team will drown fighting Carib. Got it. Let's go. Okay, nothing over there that I can do with. Let's have a look inside. Looks like I hit the jackpot. Like, how many rings are in here? What is this, a vault? That must be the sewer control valve. We better release that valve quickly. But first, give me that delicious loot. I will happily take this and use it in the final battle. Lay down your arms, heroes. You have no chance. Stop blubbering and bring it on, Carib. Sonic, Knuckles here. Everything okay there?
We're here with Carib, Knuckles. We're a little busy.
Who is that? Is that one of your little friends?
Shh, I'm talking here.
We've defeated Skiller. There's a valve here that should drain the water from Carib's lair. Wait, what did he say? Shade says the water should be draining out any moment now. You were saying? Now we can fight you on equal terms. Yeah, generally thinking, obviously, meta, priority, and then just, you know, let's just go for, team attack for the rest of them. Let's see what happens. Adrenaline Rush. And then just a special beam cannon. I will still waggle my finger at you even though it probably doesn't work quite as well. Okay, it still works pretty well. Let's do this, Tails. That took out half his health. That took out the other half of his health. And now everybody's just asleep. Well, so much for an easy sweep. I guess Omega's just gonna have to, you know what? You're a water type. Have a Flammenwerfer. Okay, I guess we're just not attacking at all this turn. Can I have my go, please? Can I have my go, please, game? Can I have my go? Thank you. Meta. Adrenaline Rush Omega. Now I'd use the Flammenwerfer. How am I... Didn't even... Okay, I think I underestimated him. I was like, how embarrassing must it be for you, a being of water, to be outdone by fire? It didn't actually work. Alright, I guess Tails is gonna have to clean up the mess now. Can't exactly say this is how I expect it to end, but how must it feel for you to be outdone by support Fox as cluttering goes on outside. Wow, he really just seems to really dislike Sonic for some reason. How dare you drain all my precious water away? I'll make sure you suffer for this, particularly, Blue Hedgehog. Yeah, about that. How about no? Yeah, and just the rest can just pile in afterwards. Get a load of this. Looks like you're washed up, Karib. There we go. All 7. We did it! And there's the Chaos Emerald! Knuckles, this is Sonic. We got the Chaos Emerald. You took down Karib? Yeah, consider him beached. It really just sort of seems like the sort of thing you'd hear in Archie, doesn't it? Meaning all that's left, now we got all the emeralds, is Finitibus. And a couple more eggs, actually. So Skiller and Karib are both down. And we recovered both of their Chaos Emeralds. That means the Nocturne should... Brrr. You're right, Shade. We've stopped moving. There should be an entrance to Lord Finitibus' chamber nearby. Then let's look around. We have to hurry. I'm hoping at the very least that I managed to get all the eggs here. Knicked. It would be nice if the last egg we ever actually got was, Okay, so we can jump on here. Looks like there's some stuff down here which I could potentially miss. Just a whole bunch of fighters, more rings. Nothing over here. I do find it kind of neat, actually, that the only other instance of Nocturne in a Sonic game was, weirdly enough, just Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games for the Wii Vancouver 2010 specifically. I'm guessing that it was just because that came out before the lawsuit, but I do find it neat. It's just like one of the standout Dream events was just Dream bobsleighing, and lo and behold, it just started off at Nocturne before transitioning to the Sonic Heroes special stage for some reason. I remember definitely being a pretty neat sequence, but at the same time, just all the more funny knowing what happened with Chronicles. I can't go back there, it seems. Alright, I guess we can only push on forward. This must be it. The final door. This is useless. There are no exits here. But I remember it was here. It was right here. They must have changed things around. They must have... Whoa! Knuckles! Lord time, I think. Where are we? Shh, quiet. He hasn't noticed us yet. Ha ha ha. No such luck, my precious friends. Finitibus, I would like to welcome you to my chambers. You've come a long way. We have the Chaos Emeralds, Finitibus. There's no more you can do. Then please, have a seat. Let us talk a moment, yes? Knuckles, this is Tails. Come in, Knuckles. Oh no, they're not answering, Sonic. They could be in trouble. If Knuckles was in danger, wouldn't he have called us? Well, aye, but what if someone's jamming the communicator? He could be in real danger. Yeah, Knuckles can take care of himself. We have to find Finitibus. But I guess once we stop Finitibus, we can go look for Knuckles. If that's the case, we have to hurry. Let's go. First, we need to find ourselves a way out of here before things get real ugly. Velk. I think this is my first version of Velk, actually. Increased resistivity to damage. And we have one more Chow Egg. Will it be Ferox? I kinda doubt it. Drip, drip, drip. An elevator, man, this leads up to Finitibus' chamber. And what are we waiting for? See you later, prick. Well, I think this is technically properly the endgame now. Made pretty good time in it, all things considered. We're just, wow. Sonic actually has more health than is allotted by the health emitter. How weird is that? Refresher wave. And, guess we'll just, save up. We just have a couple more rings and a, one more egg to find, and then we just go into the final battle. I figure there's a walkway here that looks fairly promising. I don't have time for... Oh. Oh no, how could I possibly catch up with these enemies? They're so quick. They're so nimble. How could I possibly... We're in the endgame now? Oh, definitely. How could I possibly catch them? Me, Sonic the Hedgehog. Just gonna see if I can gather as me... Sonic, wait a moment. I'm detecting serious power fluctuations coming from this door. I think maybe this is Fenerivus' chamber. Once we go through this door, that's it. The final confrontation with Fenerivus. If there's anything we need to do before we face Fenerivus, we should do that first. If you're ready, let's go through that door. I mean, I say that, but immediately just run into these fellas. I'll show you how to properly outrun the enemy. That's how you do it. Yeah, there's still a whole bunch of rings and eggs I'm missing. Let's try over here. Well, never mind. That's all. That's everything. All that's left is for me to go through the doors to meet my destiny. Let's do it. Time for lore. A dead end. I'm not so sure. Look. Knuckles. And he's talking to Fenerivus. I knew it. He was going to betray us. Knuckles would never betray us. He probably just got captured. I have a bad feeling about this, Sonic. Shut up, Tails. I never meant for it to come to this. Well, it's too late for regrets, Fenerivus. Oh, it's long past too late. 4,000 years ago, Nocturne was a paradise. We believed in science and industry, and we flourished. With our prototype Gizoid, we forced our rivals, the clan of the mighty Pachacamac, to its doom. But in our moment of triumph, a dark force wrenched us from our home, imprisoning us in this nightmare dimension. Looking like some weird giant squid from Watchmen. Since then, I have warred against the other denizens of this dimension. Bloodthirsty, evil races bent on conquest and mental domination. We had to change and adapt to become who we are today. We had to become perfect. The Kron, the Voxai, all the others. I managed to unite them all under my leadership with the promise that one day we would all be free. My Echidna brother, you have lived many years alone knowing that your people were lost to time. But here I had the power to return them to you, to give you a family once more. I can return the Echidnas to the place of power they deserve. You have a point. Yes, my friend, you must understand why your friend Sonic does not. I have only the best of intentions. I work to reunite you with your people. Join me. Join me and free your people from imprisonment. I don't think so. What? You stole the Master Emerald. Maybe you forgot that the Master Emerald had a guardian. I swore to keep the Master Emerald safe from maniacs like you. But if there is a way to save Shade's clan, then I will find it. But you don't get to keep the Master Emerald. It's not yours to have. Then you have chosen death. I have. And you will die. Yes, you have chosen death, and you will die as a result of death. I do remember this fight being particularly tricky. Also just because I guess it just does a lot of damage. I think the main trick, however, is to simply, just target Finidivus and don't worry about his little support drones. I'm not going to, risk, flubbing up a refresh here. 1500 HP as well, jeez Louise. Yeah. We definitely have a lot of health to get through. Obviously, I'm confident that Shade will be alright, just with how much her attacks can drain. And I did equip a fair few team members with the Crow and Hammer, so at the very least I'm hoping that we should be able to put out decent damage still. Well, that's one drone at least. Wait, what? Game, I'm pretty sure I didn't take out most of his health there. Or did I? I just want to see the playback. Okay, I guess I just had to get him to a certain threshold. 10,000 XPs. Fools, you dare defy me, Lord Finidivus, I who led the Nocturnus to world domination and united the warring peoples of the Twilight Cage? No. I would say it was Sonic who did that. Silence! Motes of dust, meaningless flies. I will wipe you from the face of this dimension.
Something around here needs wiping.
Who?
You forgot I was here, didn't you? Ready for round 2? I actually healed up for this. Let's do this. Let's do it to it. As this is a multi-stage for— oh. Okay. So you gotta send him down to 800 health, and then you go into phase 2. Good to know, game. Good to know. I'm thinking Blue Bomber, Fastball, Axe Kick. Adrenaline Rush. Not the Flamin... never mind. Sure, we'll do the Flammenwerfer, see how that works. Let's see if I can actually get my reaction commands working properly. Bonk. Boing, boing, boing. That would have been so awesome if I actually managed to get those. Also, Tails is just dead. Eat flame. You're gonna regret that, Finidivus. So who do I, you know what? Yeah, let's just hit him. Let's just hit him. Special beam cannon. Oh, of course he has counter. Why wouldn't he have counter, the coward? Knock on support. Yay, we win. We get a power trig for our efforts. Why can't I beat him like this? I have to get the Master Emerald. You stay here and keep Finidivus busy. I'll go get the Master Emerald. You sure that's the best idea? I think it's the only chance we have, Sonic. Ha ha! Yes, insects scramble to survive. Sonic, it's up to you. Stall him. And here, for this third phase, I think we get to pick as to which team members we want to take into this this last phase. At least I'm thinking it's the last phase. Let me just double check to see if there's anything that I'm missing here. Okay, I'm guessing not. Let's just, you know what? For the sake of it, let's bring Team Dark into this. Rouge hasn't had a chance to shine yet, so, let's do it. Let's do it to it. Oh, it would have been a good good opportunity to have Rising Knuckle here if Knuckles was still on the team. We'll go Jewel Storm. This may have been a bit of a mistake since I don't necessarily have that much support, but no matter. He's getting away! Yeah, and I don't think he can necessarily get away here. It's just how much damage he deals to us before... Oh, that does a fair bit of damage, actually. Just a matter of how much damage he deals to us before we actually catch up to him. I suppose it makes sense for this to be something in the final fight, considering we also went through this with the Shadow fight. I'll catch up to you eventually, Finnitivus. Surprisingly spry for an old guy, huh? At least I'm fairly certain we're supposed to catch up to him eventually. Shoot! It doesn't help that I can barely see the spears in Omega's path. And I keep clicking on the wrong people. Would be nice if there was something a little bit more interesting going on here, you know what I mean? In your own time, Finnitivus. Okay, here's getting away eventually. Just a matter of how many things we bump into. This may take a little bit. Especially with Omega just constantly bumping into everything. I was fairly certain there was supposed to be an end to this at some point. It's almost like a flash game at this point. Just see how far you can get. It's like that no internet browser game, The Dinosaur Now. I would say I'm getting a little bit better at this, but probably not. I think I might have already lost this at this point. It's a little bit too much damage on the way in. Yeah, he's just getting further and further away at this point. I'm not entirely certain I can catch him at this point. Oh, never mind. just when my health is low enough for my entire team to get wiped. Wonderful game. Wonderful game. This is definitely what I wanted. Can I get an attack? Can I go now, game? Can I have my turn? Thank you, game. Okay. Obviously, Ring of Life Sonic. Metamitter. Revival Ring Rouge. Special Beam Cannon. At least I'm hoping Shadow doesn't take any more hits of this until I can get my... There we go. Everything is fine. Everything is fine now, game. Because I can now actually do my thing. Rouge is back up. Hopefully he won't run away from me again as I just go whole hog into you. Use my last power drink and... It's time for Team Dark to show its colors. I'll show you the true power of Chaos Control. Jewel Storm. There we go. Metal Storm. Yes, I'm just gonna throw Omega at you. What do you think of that? At least I'm guessing you're supposed to just take out Finitibus here. It seems to make the most sense. Yeah, just take out the head of the snake and all that. Oh, they really just seem to be targeting Omega, aren't they? Not that I mind. Yep, down goes Finitibus. I'm going to throw gems at you. And Finitibus is just... the main villain of the story, ladies and gentlemen. He's just splayed out on the ground like a... like the drunk guy at the start of Pokemon Red and Blue. Refresher Wave. You know what? Let's just... Axe Kick. Wow, Shadow's actually faster than Sonic here. Who'd have thunk it? That's certainly news to me. Rouge, you can just defend an Omega. Have fun. I do kind of like how funky these Gizoid Guardian guys look. I kind of wish there were more sort of alternate forms to the Gizoids other than just variations on the standard model. Just, you got these guards, I kind of wish there was just more variations of it, like Gizoid Flyers. Or Gizoid Hulks. That sort of thing. Just really sort of put variations on the Gizoid's design. Just... like, just some sort of heavily armored tank version of a Gizoid that could still learn and return attacks. That sounds absolutely devastating. This is something which can just soak up all these different types of attack and just return them in kind. Alright, here we go again. Team Dark. Put your hands in the circle and let me get a hell yeah. I'm gonna lob you at you. What do you think of that? Again, I do definitely kind of wish that you could get various more, I suppose, just more opportunities to have sort of team variations which weren't just, which didn't necessitate having Sonic in the party. Gizoid Guardian, Imperator X. More revival rings. Level 20. We finally made it. And I can't buy anything. That should do it. There it is. We finally got the Master Emerald back. No, it can't be. Afraid so, Finidivus. It's over. Not yet, Sonic the Hedgehog. This old man still has one more trick. I summon the ultimate power of the Nocturnus. The power of the Nocturne itself. And he gets his proper form, which was spoiled back when we first met him because they used the wrong sprite for the. I'm gonna say sprite, just wrong picture for his conversation thing. Ha ha ha! Insignificant fools, come face me now. Sonic, he's too powerful. We can't beat him like this. To do so will go beyond any of our limits. Tails, did you just say what I thought you did? No matter. I have an idea. If you can use the power of the emeralds, then so can I. You can become supersonic, but even then, you'd probably be stuck to like Tails. Everybody get back. Now. You've done it now, Finidivus. Supersonic's gonna take you down. Ally to good, nightmare to you. Finally. Aware of your opponent. Our battle will be legendary. And we all just have zero question mark HB. And this is another one of the smoothest battles we have to go for, mostly just because there's only one opponent on screen. Alright, Finidivus. You're worried about my limits? Well, I got your limits. Right here! Well, that was the final boss. Great, wasn't it? Yay, revival ring. And everybody's beaten to hell. And Sonic is still victorious at the end, and Finidivus is just dead. It's over, Finidivus. You've lost. Yes, you have defeated me. You have won the day. But if I can't leave this nightmare prison, then neither will you. Oh my god, like, what did he do? What's happening? Lord Finidivus activated the shutdown sequence. He's closing the wormhole. Everyone grab a hold of something. Oh my god, like, Knuckles! What do we, like, do? We're, like, doomed. Maybe not. Our ride's here. Everyone, to the Typhoon. I just love how they all just slide in there. Just still images. And there we go, just conveniently make it through the wormhole just as it closes. It doesn't get cut in half or anything, and we don't end up in Requiem fighting the Didacts. Thankfully. If we don't make it aboard. Yep, we're all here. Oh my god, like, brilliant, Tails. I had no idea, like, the Blue Typhoon could do that. Hey, Robotnik and I designed the ship ourselves. She'll surprise you. Well done. Oh, like, totally stopped Finidivus. Our world is, like, saved. Yes, now we just have to get back there. Alright, hang on, everyone. I'm working on that. Multiple satellites. Welcome back, team. You've been gone a long time. Might be better if you hadn't returned, but I was hoping you would. And immediately they just get shot down because seems a fair bit of time has passed in our absence. Welcome to New Robotropolis. Oh, did you believe that ending? Seriously, it looked like we're done for. At the hands of the Robotnik, no less. I can't believe he'd turn on us like that. Yeah, surprise, surprise. My biggest concern is how he could have built up such an army so quickly. We hadn't even gone very long. I didn't recognize though when we got back. It looks as though we've been gone for years. I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this if we manage to survive that crash.
Yeah, because it was mentioned that time works differently in the Twilight Cage. It was like the Nocturnists were in there for a couple of years, and 4 millennia had passed in the meantime. Surely they would have understood that.
I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of things if we manage to survive that crash.
Well, I'm guessing they don't.
Yeah, good point. I guess we'll just have to wait till the next episode. What should we do in the meantime? We could talk about the team that came up with this caper in the first place. That should kill some time. Great idea, Sonic. Yeah, I know. This game was developed by Bioware. Did you know Bioware was founded by a pair of doctors? Doctors and game developers. No way. That's true. Dr. Greg Zeszczuk is the president, and Dr. Ray Muzgia is the CEO of the studio. Did these guys make the game themselves? It would take a pair of real mathletes like you to do that. No, they have a handheld group to do that for them. Handheld group comprises of several departments, such as... Well, first of all, there's the core team. This consists of Mark Dara, Dan Tudge, Brooke Backey, Joel McMillan, and Miles Holmes.
Most of them probably don't work for Bioware anymore.
Anyone else? Well, there was a production department. Mark Dara was the product director. Dorian Kaiken was the associate producer, with Steve Lammers the assistant producer. I'm out of here. Okay, who else? Then there was the design team, starting with Miles Holmes, the lead designer, Graham Scott, Jonathan Epp, and Jonathan Furling were the technical designers. Raylene Dick and Cookie Everman provided additional design. Jay Turner wrote everything, well, most everything.
I would argue that Jay Turner is a better writer for this series than Ian Flynn. Probably just a sort of molten take there, but maybe it's just me having a fair bit of a grudge towards Flynn. Probably unjustified.
Design would likely want to thank Keith Warner and Corey Gassop also. Hey Miles, wonder if you two also share the same IQ. I seriously do that. I'm a super genius, Sonic. Right. Next up is programming. Brooke Backey ran that crew with an iron fist. Brooke had Dan Hine, Dan Fessenden, Zusar Shaker, Chris Michael Smith, Mark Brockington, and Andrew Gardner writing code with him. That's all the programmers? Oh, no way! Andy Desplinter and Scott Meadows were his tool programmers. Neil Flynn and Regine Poirier also helped with the tools code. I noticed we look pretty sweet in this game.
Stop lying, Sonic.
And Twilight Cage were also pretty spiffy. Yeah, thanks to the art development, Joel McMillan was the lead artist, while Joy Yang, Nick Thornborough, and Brian Sum did concept, character, and level art. Cool. Yeah, and they had Elliot Christensen, Dustin Nelson, and Francis Lacuna handling 3D modeling. Is that all? Not by a long shot, they still had to animate the 3D stuff. Nick DiLiberto was in charge of that, and he had the help of Arnel Marquez. And some guy named Nelson Houston handled all the GUI art. GUI art? That sounds like it's sticky. Is that like a sticky bomb? No, sorry, that's someone else. What about audio? Who did that? Steve Simler here. Get it? I hear from an audio guy. Richard Jacques also wrote some of the music. Right, so these games take a lot of testing to make sure they run smoothly. Who handled that? Mitchell Fujino was the guy in charge of quality assurance. Working with him were Ronnie Lebray, John Epler, and Michael Liaw. That about it? No, not quite. They had to localize the game so that people speaking different languages could play it too. Seriously? So somewhere out there, some kid could be playing this in Espanol? Si, senor. Very funny. Well, okay, who did that? Jenny McKean was the localization producer. The team included Kristen Christo as lead localization tools programmer and Chris Michalik as the localization tools manager. That's gotta just about cover it. Still not quite done. Someone had to work with the folks outside of Bioware who made the content of the game. There was John Campbell external producer. So what's on the game who weren't part of the handheld team? Definitely, there were a bunch of people who helped on the project in one way or another. If I were the handheld team, I'd probably want to thank them. Like who? Dan Touch for starters, he got the handheld group started before moving on to another project called Dragon Age. Anyone else? They probably wanted to thank Scott Horner, Mike Laidlaw, Richard Boyan, Karen Weeks, Eddie Ostian, and Chris Hale. I do find it kind of weird that they decided to handle the credits like this as opposed to credits. Because I was going to say, otherwise it would be a nice opportunity to just talk for the credits, wrap up final thoughts. We're just going to be going for this. Well, that's it then. But I see we're still here. The next adventure isn't quite ready to go. Well, I might want to thank Vance Dillon, Jeremy Voilet, and Marwin Orde while we're at it. I'll get E123 Omega to rattle off external credits. Oh, this ought to be good. Omega, do you know who the rest of the people who worked on this game?
Our adamantine double duplicated actuator joints capable of boosting my ground speed approximately 15%. The answer is yes to both questions. Let me begin. I trust you will find this highly entertaining.
Do we have a choice?
No, you do not. SEGA of America credits are as follows. CEO Naoya Surumi, President and COO Simon Jeffrey, Sonic Character Supervisor Takashi Izuka, Sonic Character Coordinator Keith Palmer, Executive VIP of Corporate Planning Hitoshi Okuno, Vice President of Sales Sohyos Taigan, Vice President of Marketing Sean Radcliffe, Vice President of Product Development David Cobb, Development Operations Director John Marlino, Senior Producer Konstantin Hanzopoulos. I think I got that right. Producer Kirby Thorne, Associate Producer Ethan Enhorn, Director of Marketing John Mesa, Product Marketing Manager Judy Gibbertson, Assistant Product Marketing Manager Ken Ballo, Director of Public Relations Charles Skibetta, Public Relations Manager Tali Fiska, Creative Services Jen Grayling, Heather Lucetti, Brian Oates, Marco Garcia, Mary Drisboll, Web Producer Marjorie Puluganan, Community Manager Julian Melfeld, Flash Developer Michael Dobbins, Web Developer Jeremy Kane, QA Supervisor Sean Dobbins, Demetrius Griffin, Mastering Supervisor Rihanna Kalom, Mastering Lab Technicians Ray Buzon, Chris Riles, Keith Aloro, Standard Supervisor Stephen Akana, Standards Lead Junior Saison, Christine Leverby, Standards Technicians John Belcher, Lawrence Mann, Leader of Chaos Stephen Cook, Anthony Williams, QA Lead Tester Phil Musil, Assistant QA Lead Tester Richard Virgin, Testers Adam Kylo, Kelly Robinson, German Roberto, Jack Wagner, Jeff Hawkins, Tony Soto, Special Thanks, who is Mr. Soup? Who is he? Nestor Procaccio, Miss Vukovic, JC, BJ, oh no, PJ, Sean Green, Brand Inman, Ken O, Luke Letizia, James Hayes, Kitty Hayes. That concludes the credits for SEGA of America. Next I will list the names of SEGA of you.
Oh, this is gonna kill me.
CEO Nayama Surumi, President CEO Mike Hayes, Development Director Gary Don, Director of European Marketing Gary Knight Sr., Producer Catherine Dolol, Assistant Producer Alex Humphries, Head of External Development Jim Woods, Publishing Manager Nathalie Ransom, European PR Lynn Daniel, Kerry Martin, Walter Van Voort, Marketing Manager David Collis, Brand Manager Michelle Dix, International Brand Manager Ben Shauna Stevens, Online Marketing Manager Mike Evans, Creative Services Alison Pete, Michelle Blake, Ed Bostock, Head of Operations Mark Simmons, Purchasing Manager Carol Seal, Operations Natalie Cook, Legal Counsel Michael Buckstall, Mark Bennett, Saad Choudhury, Head of Development Services, Mark Lebreton, Localization Manager, Marta Luis Gonzalez, Localization Commander, Giuseppe Rizzo, Localization team. Antonella Maras, Antonio Catanez, Carol Kunzelman, Vijay Nadesan, Jean-Luc Lasang, Jesus Alvarez, Marco Borelli, Nicole Fonner, Daniela Kennard, Jay Van Muller, Sebastian Perez Salguero, Chief Managers, Stuart Arrowsmith, Master Technicians, John Hergati, Yigal Patel, Roy Botang.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip through the rest of these. The Zoa named by SEGA nerds.
Finally, we'd like to thank Ray Larrabee at Typodemic for all our fonts. And that's all of it. I said that's it. Well, stupid meatbags, I'm out of here.
What? It's over, Sonic. Omega's all done. So can we go? Yep, at least until the next game. Great, let's get something to eat. Chili dog song. Hey, they mentioned chili dogs before Black Knight, and I think Unleashed. Yay! We got chili dog mentioned. You're on. The end? Question mark. No, just exclamation mark. But wait, there's more. Replay the game with your powerful Sonic. Keep your elite abilities. Pick up all the rings you missed. Get the new Chowix hatch. Restarting the game in 20... So, I think if I were to replay this game again, I would go for New Game Plus. Just to speed up the combat. Mostly just because I feel it kind of drags a fair bit. I'd like to hope that if we actually did get a sequel to this, that it would in fact just be sped up a little bit, but I suppose we'll never know. As we end up back here. At least I don't have to pick up all the rings again. That's a nice plus. Sonic, I'm glad you made it. I'm so glad to hear from you. I feel as though we've been through this before, Tails. We're in big trouble, Sonic. I don't know if you heard, but Knuckles has gone missing and so are the Chaos Emeralds. You know what? I think we'll leave it here. Once I'm back from holiday, the next game, Sonic-wise, we're picking up is Sonic Rush. I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with that one. But until then, thank you for tuning into whatever this is. Kinda glad this is over, to be honest. I will admit, I do still find this game to have some charm to it, but I wouldn't exactly recommend this to a newcomer. This very much is the niche Sonic game to end all niche Sonic games, in my opinion. Like, you really gotta be just sort of one of the hardcore types to even consider trying out this one, especially considering it's non-canonical anyway, so it's not exactly a big loss if you miss this one out, but again, it's surprisingly had a fun time with this outside of the battles. So that's gonna be up for me. Again, Sonic Rush next week. Right now, I'm in the middle of getting ready to go on holiday tomorrow, so unfortunately no Pokemon Day this coming week, but regardless. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Good night.